Got it. We got to find something better. I would use this gallon jug, but we're not going to use that. I did have a water bottle, but then I think I chucked it. Yeah, the last couple days have been kind of rough. I was planning to move out, and then I didn't move out. Here's all my stuff. It's still hanging out, just like me. And I want to kind of be out of here. So, all right, find something I can hold my phone up with. Well, this basket. This basket seems like it's kind of heavy. This might work. This just might work. Yeah, so I don't really expect anything from this. We're just gonna have fun with it. And what I'm really doing here, I'm just committing to showing up. That's what we're doing here. We're committing to showing up and being a better version of myself for future endeavors. Because I know that God's got big plans for me, and those plans need my cooperation. It's sort of like when you are playing Red Rover, right? You got to have the cooperation from the team. You got to all be holding your hands to make the chain work. If you got somebody that's breaking the chain, bro, like yanking on the chain, dude, you can't have that. It says in Isaiah 5 about woe to those who draw sin with a cart rope. Also, I'm trying to drink this gallon of water. Probably not during this stream, but throughout the day. I'm thinking of ways to like make my desired life easier. Make it easier to happen. And so, I think for me, something that helps a lot is having things I know work well with my overall brain, how my brain works. My brain works really well with acronyms and numbers and things that I see all the time, things that happen really frequently. If I'm trying to create a habit or I'm trying to create some kind of thing based on something that happens every once in a while, like seeing a friend, or that's probably not going to turn into a habit because I need to make sure that it's something that's consistent. Gloria, welcome. I hope you are well. So, any new movies? You know, I've been slipping on new movies. I just watched the Minecraft movie like last week. So, yeah. That was good. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like my favorite movie. It was all right. It was all right. Slay all day. Yeah. Yeah, we're just getting back on the boat. So I am just trusting God. Like it's so hard right now. It is so frustratingly difficult because the place I'm planning to move into has been like super wishy-washy. And I know it's not their fault. It's just we're trying to get a lot done, and I was thinking this was gonna be like a done deal. Like when you're trading Pokemon, you just connect the link tables. It's like Charizard goes over to the other game, and it's done. It's over. Maybe trade over Blaziken or I don't know to the other game, but it's like it's done. It's so quickly. But there's some things in life they just don't happen fast, and I think that's a blessing. But sometimes it's super frustrating. I literally wrote a book called Patience in These Pages, and it's still frustrating. It's still real. And I still have very real needs that are not being met that I have to get better at meeting those needs myself. So, yeah, I mean, the reason why it says day one is because in the past I've struggled a little bit with pornography habit, I guess you want to call it that. I was first exposed when I was like 12 in a computer lab, and then just like ran into it by myself at 14, stepped away from it completely, and then I had some roommates in college that would watch it, and it was just like it gets in your brain. And I have an ADHD encyclopedic brain, which doesn't forget stuff very easily, which has made fighting this very difficult. it would obviously be nice to have a girlfriend or be married at this point, but for whatever reason, here we are. And I need to work through this. And so, yeah, this, like last night, I was watching all these videos about trusting God, everything. It felt God's love, God's presence. So I was just like, I just want something to happen, you know? I don't want these. I mean, these good feelings are great, but I like, that's just me 101 is just feelings all the time. What's happened to my voice? What keeps them? We're gonna die. I just really need God to come in clutch, like for real right now. And he's just taking his time. So, but here's how I made it a great thing was, thank you, Gloria. Thank you for saying hi. Was after this all happened, I decided, okay, I'm just going to run. I'm going to go on a run. And my voice still sounds kind of broke. I didn't sleep last night either. So you're just getting the rawest of the raw right now. There's a lot of things. Wow, my voice sounds so bad. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I had this dude who commented on 2 of my streams saying I was completely wasting my time. He said he was a Christian and he's like, you're completely wasting your time. And I'll tell you, that kind of got to me a little bit, more than it should. And then I even at one point thought that it was like God talking to me through this person saying I was wasting my time. And I'm like, I don't think so. Anyway, so I went on this run and then I was cooking on this run. And there was also like a organized run that was happening. And so I was running with some of the racers. And I ran that first 77 minutes in like, I ran the first 9 miles in like 77 minutes. I was like, oh shoot, I need to just make a half marathon. So I ran another half marathon. So I ran 2 half marathons this week. And one of them I did without sleep and after relapsing into viewing pornography. So that's, yeah. I was like, dang, I got so much energy. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, bro. I really don't. I'm just like, I'm grateful because there's some people with no energy. And then there's me. It's like, I just don't stop. Like, even when I'm all night, I still don't stop. So, man, I literally was up all night and then ran an entire half marathon. A lot of it's I'm 28, but yeah. So at first the feeling was, you know what, I'm just going to disappear, just make a video. Sorry, anybody that subscribed to me, I'm just gone, just I exist, just like, just completely forget about me, at least for 6 months, and I'll just like work on myself and come back. But then on this run, I just felt God lifting me through this run. He blessed me in a way I did not deserve at all. I just felt the lifting and the help. And I was just cruising, dude. I was just cruising. I was a cruising run. It was just, it felt like a good run too. Like that was like a good run. Even though it was like after, a beer that was obviously not worthy of me. That was not good. I was on day 36 of staying away from it, which is great. But yeah, like obviously that behavior is not worthy of me. But it just like blessed me in that way I just did not deserve. So he's blessing me in ways that are just amazing with the housing situation, with some other things. I'm just like, help! It's a good thing. I like what. So for running the half marathon today, I already did my 2 45-minute workouts. So I'm going to try to do 75 hard again. Farthest I made with that was like day 35. So my thought process is if I do a live stream every day for like half an hour, throughout this process, then there's a greater chance I'll drink all of this. Like, this is a gallon and I'm almost halfway to gone. So yeah. So that's the thought process, like making it way easier on myself to do the things that I really want to do. I was kind of thinking about doing each of these at noon to keep consistent, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know. Probably be better to play around with times. I didn't know not to do it at like 11 because that's a no. That's a big no-no. So yeah, I mean, last like 5 or 6 years, for the most part, whenever I bounce back, viewing pornography, it's like you just You just lock in, you just jump back in, you learn from it. I've read a lot of the relapses, what I learned about it. Um, this is humbling. I obviously didn't want to do a live stream talking about this. Obviously, you want to leave something like this in the past. You don't want to dig it back up again. But when you dig it back up, it's like, well, I guess we got to talk about this because for whatever reason, I'm letting this thing come back. I'm letting this thing come back to bite me. I'm letting this thing think that there's something that it can offer me when there's nothing it can offer me, except poison, and my brain getting taking control of it and stuff. But God still loves me. He's still got it taken care of. So, yeah, and it's just like you never know. I mean, last Saturday I did an oatmeal stream and it was baller. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I'll take a couple minutes just to be grateful about life. All right. So I'm grateful that I'm not allergic to water. That's great. I'm grateful that I'm mostly packed up and ready to go. I'm grateful that the older couple I'm staying with did not kick me out of the house, even though May 1st was the last day. I'm grateful that my mom sent me these vitamin thingamabobbers that work. And I'm grateful for that heater over there that was helpful during the winter. I'm grateful for those that I did not pay for. Let's see. I'm grateful for... I actually didn't pay for these headphones either. My mom bought me these. That was a while ago. It was like a couple Christmases ago, but I still have them. And I'm grateful for this sticker that I have on this wallet. So I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for my friend taking me to the gym this week. I'm grateful for this poem that I wrote on this plate that talks about feeling better. This was literally yesterday. So yesterday I had a lot of feelings and then it just fell off. Just decided I was done. So yeah. I'll read this really fast. It's on the back of this plate. It's called Good Intentions. I've got good intentions. My brain is always coming up with new inventions. When I don't feel enough or know what I know my good intentions will see me through. Praying for deliverance and peace of mind. My phone is at 3% and I know Heavenly Father is kind. Relief feels a galaxy away. I don't know what else to say. I've got good intentions. I've got good intentions. And somehow it'll all be okay, all in due time. I just got to cherish the climb. So there you go. I wrote these poems on plates. So that was fun. Always coming up with new stuff. God is doing new things all the time. So grateful. It's a new beginning. Day one. I did the workouts and stuff. I am excited for drinking the rest of this water. It's gonna be great. Actually, still got a pretty good amount of water to go. It's so much better. This is so much better than doing 2.5 gallons and trying to make that work. That doesn't work. It was like, let's try to just drink 1/2 gallon and then we'll drink the other 1/2 gallon and we'll try to keep track of how many 1/2 gallons we've drank. No. We're just gonna put it all in the same container and just drink the whole container. I think if there is a time to accomplish 75 hard, it is for facts right now because I'm training for a marathon. I'm getting in the flow in these live streams more. I have a gallon of water with me. So I think 75 hard. I think it really is about like getting all these things lined up. And really just like your environment. So like when I hit day 36, I was back at home. And I think in some ways being back at home was better than here. Just in some ways. For one thing, just being in that family ecosystem, I get a lot more hugs. I got to see my mom and dad, a lot of other stuff. Whereas the older couple here, I love them. They're kind of heading out to pasture. Like they're pretty donezo. They've lived really good lives, and I'm grateful for them. They're just in a different season of life than my parents are in. Thankfully. We notice our falls because we're on the right path. Correcto. Yeah. I'm really proud of myself because I decided to run a half marathon today with no sleep. That was crazy. And I ran my second fastest half marathon ever. I ran a 1:59:16. So that was solid. Yeah. I just really got to lock in. And it's just like, I also just have to be okay with not being in a relationship and not going on any dates because I'm not going to force any dates. It's just such a waste of time and energy. I have some friends that are girls, nice to talk to. I'm not interested in any of them. Besides in like helping them out if I can, like and talking on the phone and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm gonna just do half an hour each day and just document the rise back up. I mean, it's been a while since I had a really good streak going of staying away from pornography. I mean, I hit day 36 yesterday, but yeah, I think doing a live stream every day will keep me super accountable. And that's good. I mean, it's very humbling. It's very humbling we're at the point. Like, I never would have thought I'd be making this video. Even back in college, I had some slip-ups here and there, but I didn't think it would be, I certainly didn't. I thought I'd be married for real, like, back in college. It's like, oh yeah, that one, of course he's got this in the bag. He'll be married by then, for sure. No. Sometimes you do everything you can and that just like the path doesn't work out. Like I had some jobs I was planning to get, did not work out. Now I'm doing my own thing and I'm working for my friend's startup and it's okay. I'm not quite making enough to really thrive out here, truthfully. So that's humbling. Don't have enough money for the first month of rent for my new place, so that's great. Now we're gonna do it. All I know is that I'm just trusting God. Cause I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like seriously, I was all packed up and ready to go. And then it just didn't happen. So it's just cherishing, enjoying the journey, being grateful. Dude, we could probably drink this whole thing by the end of the stream. That would be crazy. Then I'd be all done with water by 2 p.m. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Like, water is the one I fall off on every time, 75 hard, every single time. There might have been 1 or 2 times where I fell off with the second workout. But it's usually water. Like, it's a lot of water. Probably a lot of it is because of all the running I did today. I am a lot more thirsty. So, I don't know if we'll drink this whole thing by the end of the day. But what I do know with my ADHD, it's super duper important that I finish things off that I want to finish off instead of leaving them undone. Because this happens so many times where I'll leave something kind of half done. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get back to that at some point. And then I get super caught up in this other thing and I'm so gone. And I'm like, I completely forget that other thing was going on. So, yeah, I'm excited. I got to go to the gym with a friend. We worked back. I still feel a little sore from that. I mean, I did the half marathon today. I've done 2 half marathons this week. So obviously I'm in good running shape, obviously. That's crazy. But we just got to keep going. And we just have to be okay with blessing my life however he wants to bless my life. You just have to be okay with that. That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing. Is just to be okay with that. I'm learning to be more okay with that. But it's still taking its time. Because sometimes there's a way that God will bless you and you're just like, I just want to like do a normal thing instead of that, instead of this thing. Or like somebody's like, oh yeah, you can go to this thing, and then you like go and hang out with that person or something. I don't know. So anyway, here we are, raw, 0 people watching. We're vibing. It's all good. It's all good. It's a little crazy of a time. My brain definitely is going to need as much love and support as I can give it this first week or so. This first week is definitely going to be the hardest. And it's really humbling too, because whenever you're like, I keep saying this, but I haven't really fallen into viewing pornography too many times, but every time I've fallen back into it, it's like, it uses the brain because it's like a biological need to um love and procreate, and or at least we're wired for that. um but obviously God has given that for marriage, and I'm super far away from getting married. So yeah, it's just a humbling thing. We'll do this again tomorrow. We'll talk how I'm doing, be before I go to church. So we'll get through this. I hit day 50 back in March. That was cool. And then obviously I fell off. But accountability is good. It's good for me. I found it's helpful for me to be seen and to, just to do new things. With every relapse, I try to do new things. Now, the 2 big things I'm changing, time is doing a 10K steps before 10 a.m. I did that today. So doing that again every day. And before I do this live stream that day, and I'm going to work for my friend Star. I'm going to work on some other stuff today. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I didn't want to have another lapse. I was planning to go to bed. Was feeling God's love. I was feeling his peace and everything. And I just decided, like, I just let the natural man take over. It's not good. Let the flesh take over. I didn't tell anybody how stressed or tempted I was. I did, however, write a little message to myself that said I was tempted and I needed to go to bed. Did I? No. So, yeah, we just keep going. I mean, it kind of makes me think about flaws. So, like, I would think of myself as a pretty intelligent person. However, with not learning from this, it's kind of an insult to intelligence, because intelligence comes down to you learning the thing that you need to learn from the mistake that you made, right? Like, you figure out, oh, I need to go to bed at a decent time. Oh, I need to make sure I pay rent. I need to make sure I put enough hours of work. And these are some lessons that, although I get the logic and I understand what's going on, I am still not perfect at these things. And sometimes I fall very, very far from adequate. And that is extremely humbling. So that's it. I'm grateful. Like, I think one of the hardest things is I feel like God just is pushing me so much right now. And it's good to be pushed, but sometimes I'm just like, dude, just like, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. It's just a lot. And you can never go back. You can never go back to a previous life. So like previous feeling just more of an outcast, or feeling I didn't have as much to contribute. Those days are forever gone. It's just accepting and being okay with that, and recognizing that I made a promise to God to give him my everything, and that means to learn everything and grow and try, and that's a humbling thing. So I mean, I've made tons of live streams. I made a live stream about all kinds of different things recently, and I could have watched any of these, and I even watched one of my previous videos, and I still ended up falling back in. So it all comes down to your choice. I think that's the beautiful thing. It's like you can always choose differently. You can always choose to reroute the path. So I had some close calls over the last 36 days. But I chose, hey, I'm not falling into this ever again. And then I ran away and I stepped away and I didn't stick around. So yeah, it's just kind of so. God wants us to feel his love. He wants us to keep going. He wants us to keep trying. He doesn't want us to isolate ourselves right before something good happens. He wants us to be patient and enjoy the journey. So, and this is a long game thing. So, this is a very long game thing. This is like future kids, future grandkids, future great grands will potentially have watched this or hear this or something, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that was right before, he finally completed 75 hard, and that was right before he finally got his first marathon done, and that was right before, all these cool things happened. I was like lived at that one place, like, so the story, God can always do lots of amazing things with you. I was so tired this morning and I still ran a half marathon. And it's my second fastest half marathon. Also, that God is looking at your future, not your past. And I would go so far as to even say he's not even super concerned if you're present. Obviously, he wants you to be doing well in the present, but he doesn't want you to over fixate on it. So I think it was a real gift that I had the relapse and the marathon, because then we see both things. We see Satan with the relapse and falling into pornography, and we see the marathon with feeling joy, running, having a great time, running my second fastest half marathon. So you see both sides. It's very clear, extremely clear. And it was also before I went to bed, when I watched all those amazing videos about trusting God and stuff, that was like overloading on the God side. And then all I needed to do was go to bed, which I did not do. So you kind of like pick these things up over time. And you become really deadly when you start to be more self-aware, and you don't like what's the word? You don't just let things happen. Like you actually are willing to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna design this. I'm gonna be intentional about this. I'm not gonna just let this happen for no reason. I'm not gonna go over to this person's house for no reason. Because there's like so many things that we could be doing right now. There's so many things you could be doing right now. So it's important to recognize that opportunity cost. So tomorrow I'll do one of these probably before I head to church, right after I get ready for church, probably. I don't know. We will see. I am still trying to figure out some stuff. Planning to get picked up by a friend tomorrow, so I'll be moving out of here for good. So that's humbling. And yeah, I'm just like mind blown. I feel the love. I feel the peace. I feel God's goodness, his power. I think about 2 Timothy 1:7, for God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And it just talks about, be not therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me, his prisoner. So I guess we'll go a little bit over the 30 minutes today, and that's fine. It's more of a guideline than anything. But yeah, I just thought about when I looked at those things I wasn't supposed to look at last night. Was there any love felt with that? No. Was there fear with that? Lots of fear. So, there's obviously fear of getting caught. There's fear of whatever. There's all kinds of fears. Satan wants to minimize our fears as much as possible. He wants to be like, yeah, this is a big deal. And you really got to worry about this. Like, this is a big, big, big deal you got to worry about. When God was just going to be like, bro, like, I took care of it already. And you don't have to fight that battle. Like, just give it to me. So it's really a concept of pressure, which, for better or worse, is something that I felt an extreme amount in my life, of having pressure to be a certain way or something. We're gonna have one of these magnesium gummies because why not? There's no reason why. I do need to eat some actual food. I do need to eat some actual food. Probably some oatmeal or something. Kind of gummy because they're gummies. I need to get some work done. But yeah, that is a thought I'll leave with you today. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So I've definitely pulled a Jonah before. You can go so far as to say I pulled a Jonah last night. And I agree. Running away from the calling, running away. Just like, this isn't out. This isn't working how I wanted it to work out. This is frustrating. This is painful. The money's not adding up. Help. And you just jump ship. But every single time we fail, God sends a mercy whale every single time. So that's comforting. And it could come in a form that you may not expect. So it's good to be on your toes. Good to be on your toes for some blessing that could come in clutch for you. God will also not allow us to be tempted above that which we are able. So always provide a way for us to escape the temptation. So that's 1 Corinthians 10:13. He'll always provide a way for us to escape the temptation. And then I think about Genesis 19:17, when Lot and his wife were commanded to leave Sodom and Gomorrah. They said, the Lord said, escape for thy life. Look not behind thee. Escape to the mountain lest thou be consumed. So I think about this in terms of living a better life, having much better media habits overall. I think that escape for thy life is a beautiful thing, because your energy, your essence, your vibe, these are things that are sacred and that are important to cherish. And because God's on your heart and not the outward appearance. And so it's really important to treasure that. It says in Proverbs 4:23 that from the heart flows everything else, flows all the issues of life. So yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. New beginning, grateful, humbled, very humbled. I've been going to a support group to talk about this, and there's a lot of dudes that are struggling with this way more than I ever have or ever will, thankfully. Thank you, Heavenly Father. But I'm still having my battles with it. Like I said earlier in the stream, I've let this thing come back into the picture enough times, and so it's kind of like it thinks it has a shot at me, you know? Think about Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me will prosper. Yeah, that's a humbling one to remember. It's just like, yes, this thing was specifically sent to me, to thwart me, to throw me off of my game. However, it is not going to win this battle. It's not. So the real question is, how early do you want to claim the victory? Yeah, that's actually such a bar. How early do you want to claim the victory? Because what I keep feeling is that this is going to work out. God is aware of my struggles. He's aware of my pain. He's aware of all the thoughts, aware of all the all over the place thoughts I have. He's aware of everything going on, everybody I talk to, thing. And he's just told me to chill out and calm down. And I was getting that feeling from like a couple years ago when I was like, oh yeah, totally not gonna fall into it again. And yeah, so it's humbling. I mean, I've had a lot of phone calls over the last month or so, and I feel like I'm definitely letting some of my friends down by falling off in this way. Certainly letting my future wife down. But she just has to, she doesn't, I would like her to love me even though I have a lot of imperfections. I would hope that she would look at me and see my possibilities rather than my faults and failings. So, but yeah, this will be like a good testimony. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to work out. I just don't. But God does. He knows how it's going to work out. He's got the time figured out. He's got it all figured out. So that is where we are at. So technically today's day 0 because it happened, it happened this morning and stuff. But we're just going to keep going and just be grateful for everything. Like if there's some people that subscribed earlier that unsubscribed, like just be grateful that they're here while they're here, and hopefully it made a difference in some way. So yeah, God is so good. I felt his love from his stream, which is crazy. I felt scriptures and love and help. And I'm like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. He's aware of all the times I've thrown myself way, way, way out there, and he's able to take care of me. So, going to get in better shape, physical shape, spiritual shape, mental shape, every shape. Yeah, it'll be good. The price has been paid. It has been paid. So just need to cherish God's goodness and rest in his victory. And keep on doing the things that he has asked us to do. It is very important that we do those things. Like the humbling thing with staying with pornography. I mean, it really is just like, just like make the barriers higher and be more intentional with your time and just get locked in on a purpose and just don't look at some, different stuff when it comes up and keep going. And not stare at people like a crazy person. So whatever you spend more time looking at or paying attention to, you get some more and more, like your brain is like, oh, this is good, this is a good thing. And I don't know, that's why I consider pornography as like low-key mindful. And there's just all kinds of people that are struggling with it, and it's really sad. So yeah, maybe as I climb back up, I can help a couple of you guys climb back up too and stuff. But one day at a time. I just gotta be grateful for every blessing. No stressing. We're chilling. God's willing. He's healing. He's doing everything he said he would do. So just gotta enjoy the victory, claim the victory, claim it. I think that's a good place to end. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. And I know that God lives and he's aware of us and he has bigger plans for each of us and he knows our pains and struggles perfectly. And that Jesus is the Christ and he suffered on the cross. He suffered in the Garden of Gethsemane for our sins and transgressions, and he knows what is best for us and will help us to become better. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Cool. Well, thanks for hopping on. I will see you tomorrow, probably before church.